From the Black Swan Media Studios, deep inside a secret underground bunker, we're speaking to freedom-loving patriots from all around the country and the world. Welcome to the Resistance. This is John Crump. All
right, I kind of screwed that up, but my name is John Crump. I'm an investigative journalist, and I do stuff. I do 3D print firearms, but I don't really do much with them because there's awesome people on the web that already knows more about it than I would ever know. And we have them with us today. But before we get to that, remember, we are sponsored by Tusk. Tusk is a cryptocurrency focused on the firearms market. Check them out at TUSC.network.
Proudly sponsored by TUSC, the only cryptocurrency designed with the firearms market in mind, with 3-second processing times. It's the fastest cryptocurrency on the planet. With lower transaction fees than traditional credit cards. It's perfect for your e-commerce needs. For gun guys, by gun guys. Visit TUSC.network for more information and join the digital revolution.
Digital revolution is what it is. It is a digital revolution. And you know how you celebrate a digital revolution? By getting an awesome patch or t-shirt from Black Swan Tactical.
Black Swan Tactical, your #1 source for 2A streetwear. With shirts, mugs, hats, patches, flags, and more. There's always something to help you rep the 2A community. All proceeds go back into our projects. Viewers and listeners can take an additional 10% off with code CRUMPY. Unapologetically pro-gun, pro-liberty, and pro-freedom gear for the front lines of the culture war.
All right, where are all my ninjas at out there? Let's go ahead and bring on my main ninja named Flying Rich. Rich, you're a ninja. Go wrap it around your head.
Unlike the ninja lady I saw this weekend at the gun show.
Yeah, that's what made me say that, because you were talking about the ninja lady.
With spurs.
With the spurs and the sword.
I should have took a picture, right?
Only in Florida. That's why I was talking about ninjas, everyone. Okay, check out my locals.
Check out my
locals.com. I got some really cool stuff that we're going to be launching next month on Locals as a Locals exclusive. And also check out my Discord. My Discord's really, really badass, man. Badass. Okay, let's bring on the man himself, the guy that I ate dinner with, and he stole my last hamburger in Pennsylvania. 2A3DPrint, also known as Matt, the hamburger thief. The hamburger.
I'm going to Grubhub you a cheeseburger, man. I just need your address.
Send it to Dark's house instead.
Yeah. If you Grubhub Dark some food, it'll probably show up at my house. Probably he'll be calling up and like, hey, can I come by and pick up that cheeseburger that just arrived? And the man with all the gun knowledge from Roast My Gun Knowledge, P.A.D. Ralph. Did you watch that stream? 2A, Matt?
Say that again?
Did you watch the stream with P.A.D. Ralph when he wanted to come on for the gun game?
No.
Where we rank guns and everything for historical provenance and everything. We do that sometimes.
Look,
and
with all due respect, Crump, that's your most highly viewed video right now.
Oh, mine,
Yeah.
mine. I don't know about Crump.
It's Rich's.
But I just said that.
Yeah.
It's like, our show, the show the day before, 67 views. The day after, 70 views. Day after, 191. The one with Ralph on my channel, 806 views.
Let me see how much on my channel. We broadcast on multiple channels. But funny thing is, Ralph wanted to come on and do this gun game, right? I have a 200 views on that. It's average. Maybe a little bit below.
Yeah,
it's
it blew up on my channel.
Yeah, on your channel blew up. So Ralph came on and he's like, "Yeah, I want to do this with you guys." So all right. So every gun. All right, where would you rank this gun, Ralph? I have no idea what that is. The next gun comes up. Don't know that either. Third comes up. Are we gonna get the Glocks anytime soon?
Like Glock 19. Yes. All right, Glock 19. Yeah, S tier. Let's go.
S tier. All right. Then for the rest of the game, are we gonna get to the AR-15 yet?
Oh,
that
Mr.
was it.
Snow's in the house. What's up, Mr. Snow? I print shit. What's good?
If I say, "Hey, how about an MP40?" Would you know what that is, Matt?
Yeah.
Ting, ting.
I only know what that is. I think from
Ask
like
him.
video games from when I was a kid. What was that? What was the old PlayStation 2 video game? Medal of Honor, man.
Medal of Honor was good.
Remember that?
Medal of Honor was very good.
It was a good game.
The GSG Schreismeister MP40.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what that is. It's like, nah,
Did you say GSG?
I just Googled it, man.
GSG. That's not the GSG. Oh my God! You just said German sports guns.
I just Googled it. Okay, motherfucker.
That's a remake. The actual.
He's not wrong though.
Yeah, but this was like the actual World War II low cyclic rate MP40
Whatever, man.
and Sabar prints. We're playing roast Ralph here, Sabar. Oh man, hey man, you roast so many people, you deserve it.
Hey, could you hear me?
That's why I said I got no problem with that. Go ahead.
I can hear you.
All right, cool, thanks.
All right, I'm gonna turn you up a little bit, so you're kind of low.
What about now?
You're still low. Let me turn you up. I'm gonna max you out over here. Say something now.
Could you hear me?
You're still low. I mean,
Yeah, you're still low, man.
All the way up.
A little laggy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had to move an area and it's laggy over here.
All right, that's good.
All right.
That's
don't
what
move.
happens when you're behind enemy lines.
All right, so let's talk about the Makers match. You guys went to the Makers match. Some of you did.
Well, Matt did.
I did.
Yeah, Matt did.
Yikes. Lots of controversial hot takes on Twitter over that, man.
All right, tell me about it.
I'm not really on Twitter.
Do you want me to tell you about it?
Yeah, sure.
Controversy sells, man.
I mean, I before Ralph gets into it, I do remember at like 10 o'clock in the morning, the day of the match, Invader Zip walking around saying that Ralph was texting asking if the feds were fucking arresting people. And I was like, you can assure him that nobody's been detained or anything yet.
So this is what happened. There was a tweet that went out. I think it was RK Spook where he put out a tweet. He was pretty upset. He's like, look, the shit got changed to a police range. They're asking for IDs, background checks, social securities, 4473s just to get in the shit. And Twitter went crazy. Twitter went crazy attacking George Pincus, Rob Pincus. I'm sorry.
George Pincus.
I know, right, George. Who the fuck is George Pincus? And they were just dogpiling this man. And the only person I knew there was Snow and Zip. So I called Zip. I was like, yo, is anybody getting locked up, bro? Like, Twitter's saying the feds are there and motherfuckers is getting locked up. And he's like, bro, I'll FaceTime you right now. And I was in bed, I'm over here, just woke up to this shit. And he's like, look, Pincus, Matt, he's showing around. He's like, everyone's having a good time. So then I posted a tweet saying, guys, Zip just FaceTime me. No one's getting locked up. Calm the fuck down. And then they dogpiled on me, calling me Pincus Jr. and shit.
Oh, shit.
Dude, the whole entire gun community, they love to eat their own.
Yeah.
I don't know how many people I'm gonna piss
Hold on,
off.
Sabar Prince just pulled a ninja. He was just there, and all of a sudden, it was like, Doom.
Yeah,
The feds must have snatched him, man.
yeah,
Damn, they got him.
yeah. I'm sure I'm gonna piss
We are all
75% of the printing audience off. I don't care about the drama. I want to print guns. I don't care about the drama.
I don't even talk about it really. I mean, you guys
Yeah.
do. I mean, I do. You can ask Dark. I've been printing for.
Pincus 80 Ralph.
So I've been printing for a long time. I just don't talk about it because you guys do. Freaking Ralph. On the freaking
My bad. Dark just called me. I was like, bro, I'm on a live show. Can't talk.
Yeah, how dare that, Dark? He should know by now.
Right? Why is he not watching?
I'm saying you guys do such a great job of promoting 3D printing and everything else. I mean, I think
so the whole thing about, you know, and Jordan covered a lot of this in a podcast yesterday, but the whole thing about, you know, saying anything about 4473 is, well, how long does it take to get a 4473 back? 7 days, right?
Did you have to do a 4473 down there?
I haven't waited 7 days in like 2 years or 3 years for a gun. So, but the whole thing is like, that's standard procedure signing in to any range. You know, anytime you go to an indoor range or an outdoor range, you know, depending on if it's like a public, you know, and there's RSOs or anything like that, you're going to sign your name. It's for insurance purposes, you know.
But did it do background checks or anything?
No. Oh, no, absolutely not.
Okay,
you know?
yeah.
No 4473, no background.
To a range. And you know what? Thank God it did get switched to a range, because the whole event could have got scrapped based on the location.
The original location was,
you know, the location got changed due to some health issues in regards to like one of the owner of Ancient City Shooting Range's family, I believe. You know,
tough.
it's on their Instagram. You can go on there. It's not like this big booby trap for people. I mean, you know, I think it was an FOP range, which isn't even necessarily like a cop range. I mean, it's like an FOP lounge. It's basically like a beehive for FUDs, man. You know? But like it got switched to that, you know, which wasn't really a big deal. It's not like there was cops there or anything like that, you know? So, I mean, it's not like it wasn't like this big plan. And you know,
that you know about.
People it's funny because name one government program that's not in the shitter, you know? The ATF's a joke. Government assistance is a joke. Like government housing is a joke. It's all a joke, and everyone makes it seem like the feds are this giant group of just resourcefulness. You know, that's not the case.
Well, they can't solve a crime they don't create in the first place.
Yeah. So that whole thing about how it was kind of like a honeypot, you know, is just ridiculous.
They called it a honeypot, and I guess there was a list of all the folks and what division they were shooting at or whatever. So Twitter took that list and turned it into like a meme. The stuff they wrote on the it just
and you know, that was brought up. That was brought to my attention too. And I'm not an organizer of the event or anything like that. I just sponsor it because I love guns. I love printed guns, and I love that type of shit. So, but the ironic thing about that was the person who leaked that list is the person complaining about that list being leaked to the public.
Oh,
so they were snitching on themselves.
Somebody leaked the list, and it was me.
Yeah.
You know, there was a bit of a gripe. You know, like,
but what happened
at the match about, we couldn't squad together. We couldn't squad together. Well, that list that people are referring to was leaked to was I don't even want to say leaked. It was given to competitors so they could squad themselves, because people were coming down in groups and things like that, so you could shoot with your friends. You know, which is not necessarily standard practice for a match. It's actually pretty generous for a match to do that. I have a competition background, and they don't do that. They say, this is the squad you're on. You don't get to pick. So it's nice. You drive from wherever, and you actually get to shoot with your friends. That's really cool that they did that.
Matt, what was it like last year?
It was good. I mean, this year was a little bit more streamlined. Everybody had a little bit more experience.
No, but I mean, was there a list?
The
list
wasn't given out last year to
Oh,
competitors.
okay. So you signed in last year.
You couldn't pick your squad last year.
Okay.
There was a bit of, I don't know if it was I don't think it was like they were asking people to sign up for Practice Score, which is anybody in here familiar with Practice Score?
Yeah.
So Practice Score is like a big website of stats and stuff for IDPA, USPSA, and all these other pistol matches and rifle matches and 3-gun and stuff. So that's, people forget that's where we're trying to go with the Makers match. It's kind of the whole purpose of the Makers match is to become sanctioned matches for printed guns, just like 3-gun, IDPA, USPSA, all those types of shooting events, and all that is public information. You can go on Practice Score right now and look up my scores from like 5 years ago. My name's there. It doesn't show my address or my social or anything like that.
I think they're going to have to start a new division. I saw that there's many different ones, but there's a lot of new designs coming out, and there might have to be a bong pistol competition.
If somebody shows up with one of those, I'm fucking leaving.
I saw that. At first, I didn't know what it was. I kind of knew what it was. I was like, no, there's no way. There's no way. Then I'm like, holy crap, it is.
So Chairman Juan, well, he did the remix to it. This guy Yeezy put out, this whole message about marijuana and gun owners, and then Chairman Juan, did the trippy stipple with the bro. The shit is hilarious, bro. Like I had to print it just for like funny factor. It's the stupidest fucking thing ever, but
the galong.
It's hilarious though. It's hilarious.
Hey, I got a question for you guys. It seems like in the 3D printing community, there's like little wars going on.
Yeah.
What's up with that?
So
it's really clicky.
Are we cool yet? And Deterrence Dispense are like big rivals. This is my understanding. If I get something wrong, guys in the comments just say, hey, that's not right. But from my understanding, this goes back a couple years when everything started, and a lot of the OGs were like trying to keep files secretive, but there was people that were like leaking files to the other groups, and they were like stealing designs.
Yeah, that was
really?
I think it was when Ain't It Cool, they came out and they started making stuff public, and the other groups got mad or something like that.
Well, so are we cool yet? All right, fucking, we're talking about it.
Or are we cool yet?
Not the founder. I guess he's the founder. One of the founders. I think it was founded by two people, but one of the main founders, this guy named Kron, has some pretty hot takes about Jay Stark, man, and he said some really hateful stuff about this man. And rest in peace, Jay Stark. He's a big 3D advocate, I would say, because where he was doing this was completely illegal. He was doing this in Europe. So after there was a interview with Vice. So Vice did an interview on him. No, it wasn't.
It wasn't Vice. It was
I forgot the name.
America Uncovered. Oh, something.
No, it was a different name. I completely forgot the. But anyway, somebody did an interview on Jay Stark, and of course they had his info. They went to his house and everything. So I think after the interview, they leaked his info, and he got raided.
Popular shoot!
Kicked in his door, and apparently Popular Front. There you go. Apparently he had a heart attack. I think personally they killed him, but they're saying he had a heart attack. And then this guy Kron comes on Twitter like talking shit about him, like, oh, your guy's so scared he had a heart attack, like trashing Jay Stark's name. So Deterrence Dispense being connected with Jay Stark.
Yeah, Deterrence Dispense had like Ivan DeTroll and all those guys.
Yeah, so they got really offended by that, and that just completely split the community. You're either Deterrence Dispense or Are We Cool Yet? And personally, I'm not a fan of Are We Cool Yet just because of that, but they do have a lot of great designers on there. Mr. Snow, Invader Zip, Doge NATO, so many great guys in there. But as a group, I would never print anything Are We Cool Yet? I want nothing to do with that logo on any of my builds.
That seems a little extreme.
Dude.
It is what it is, man.
I mean, you could always Dremel it off, man. If You know,
Dremel it off, exactly.
You could. I mean, if it was that big of a deal to you, I mean, you got a glong in there, dude. You got like a pipe bong fucking Glock, and you're worried about somebody's logo on your frame.
Well, I don't want to advocate for the. He ran away, had a heart attack while in hiding, had a known heart condition. The police found nothing in the raid. Like I said, I don't know the full story. I'm speaking on.
Well, and nobody ever will. And like, I mean, people's worst enemy is their imagination. So,
Yeah.
you know, there's all these, you know, especially in some sort of a lane where there's a lot of like cryptic talk and everybody's using code names and everybody wants to be discreet. You're going to get twice as much of that because nobody knows anything about anybody.
Yeah, they're like the Ari Cool yet. A lot of the people put out their real names there, whatever. And
Dark, do you mean all that "Are we cool yet" stuff I printed for you? I should keep for myself. Is that what you're saying?
yeah, yeah. I think Pincus is coming after you a little bit. He said, "Learn cat and remove it."
Well, yeah, he doesn't look too happy with that little rolling eye emoji there. So my bad.
Do we send Pincus the invite?
No.
No, that's a hard no.
No, I mean, dude, if I don't know, I don't want to put like I don't want to turn this into a big argument. Sabar texted me he's having technical issues.
Oh, okay, all right,
technical difficulties.
Yeah. So Matt, was Control Pew there?
No, he wasn't. I did not see him. He wasn't there this year. He wasn't there last year either.
Oh yeah.
No, he showed up the night before, and kind of, you know, hung out at dinner and with everybody and stuff like that. And then the day of the match, he wasn't there. He had a previous arrangement of some sort, so he wasn't there.
Yeah. I was selling P80s at West Palm Beach, so I had to like clear out my inventory, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I like last week, Thursday, Friday, I want to go to the Gathering, and then Saturday, the Makers match, and I want to shoot the G34 Bullpup.
Yeah, it was an awesome match. That's what bothers me so much, because I don't like, you know, I try to stay completely like neutral when it comes to that. Like I support like the designers, not like a group of designers. Like I hate that cult shit. I don't like it. And what gets me about this is we're here. It's Tuesday now. The match was on Saturday, so 4 days after the match, and nobody's actually talking about the match. You know,
right?
You know, somebody had mentioned to me there was some sort of Twitter post about people being paid to come down there and stir up shit. So
Shoot.
Every time Ralph comes on, he stirs up shit.
Yeah, so I mean,
Ralph, that's my job.
I don't bite my tongue, man. I say it and I call it.
Good for you.
Welcome to his opinion, man. I mean, you know, like it or not, dude. Like, you know, we all preach rights and shit like that. He can have his opinion. If you think it's retarded, that's great. You know, if you don't, that's great. You know, so
I agree. 100%. Everyone has it.
Nobody's actually talking about the match. I mean, like,
it's
probably been mentioned, but like, let's talk about the fact that like this dude Matt smoked everybody 2 years in a row and walked away with 2 belts, man. Like, you know,
you have 2 belts.
The guy's got more awards than anybody. You know,
but do you have one with your name on it?
Plaques, dude.
So do you have one with your name on it?
Mr. Snow.
Does that does not say Matt 2A3D print on it?
The supply.
I make my own, dude. I got like 11 I gotta make for a customer, but
you're gonna have to make a new one that says NBC supply.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay. I'm not gonna give up anything, but I'm just gonna say stand by.
But the match this year was really awesome, man. Like, I mean, like a few weeks ago, I was asking about turnout, you know, just to see, you know, how many people were coming and whatnot. And like, there was only like 30 something signups. And
right.
There was 60 competitors. I don't want to say 60 competitors, but there was, you know, 60 different people signed up in divisions. Some of them were 2 people shooting multiple divisions and stuff, but it was awesome, man. I mean, there was 4, you know, and I don't understand why people are upset about media being there. It brings attention to what we're trying to do here. So, you know, I don't know why people have an issue with that.
So what media was there?
The media was there. Yeah, there was 2 chicks walking around, and then
Jeez.
and
Jeez,
then,
you know how PC we are here? You can't say 2 chicks. Were they hot?
they're all right, you know. I mean, I don't trust somebody who wears jeans without a belt. So, like, I can't do it. So she had jeans with no belt. So we'll see how that goes. You know,
What is that?
You know what, Rich? I think I'm gonna do it. I promised I wouldn't do it.
No, don't do it, John. Don't do it.
I promised.
I'm going to end the stream. I'm ending the stream.
That I
I
wouldn't do
clicked
it.
end, and I just have to click one more time.
I mean, I don't care what your opinion on this is. It could be. I don't really care.
Just want to clarify, just for the sake of clarification, like I said, that was my understanding. I'm still new to 3D printing. I started like 6 months ago. I don't know all the details, but I've asked, and that was my understanding. Like I said, if I'm wrong, feel free to comment the actual facts down below. We'll throw it on the screen and clarify the shit. All right.
yeah, I mean, Jordan from JSD just said it's the funnest event. It's the funnest event. It's actually the most fun, but let's ignore that because we're not all geniuses. But like he said, it's the funnest event they do all year. And if anybody's familiar, I mean, they do a shit ton of events, man. They do a lot of shows, dude. You know, but you go there and you see all this stuff that isn't available in the market. You know, you can't go to a gun shop and see half the shit that's there.
All right.
So were there printed P90s out there, PS90s?
I think there was one, yeah.
Yeah.
I was really psyched to see Danny Meatball's drum mag, you know.
Yeah.
We cheered that guy into top 2 for People's Champ, man. So
what are we looking at?
I don't know what that is.
Okay, hold on. This is funny. I don't care. I mean, this is like, you have to admit this is funny no matter where you stand on this.
Okay, let's see it.
Just so many amazing women athletes out here today. It makes me so proud.
Now that I can compete as female, I'm ready to smash the other girls. I'm here to kick ass. I'm gonna roll up the other women here, and I'm gonna smoke them. I am the strongest woman this state has ever seen.
Just so many.
You know what that's from?
Bro.
You know what that thing is from?
No.
South Park. They did an episode with Macho Man. Yeah, Macho Man Randy Savage decided to compete as a woman.
There's a woman.
Spicy.
So yeah, I just wanted to show that. I like how they took the South Park.
Did she actually say women and talk to him? Is that the actual real cut?
You got to be PC, man. You know.
I have no idea.
And look, there's a reason there's men's sports, and there's a reason there's women's.
We're not going to get into this. We're a gun show.
So controversial, bro. You about to lose a lot of followers talking about this shit.
Here, you know what?
I don't even touch on it. I'm just like, bro, you do what you want to do with your life. Just don't come at me with that gay shit, and we good. You know what I'm saying?
Dude, if my daughter was going to get a scholarship for swimming and got beat by that guy, I'd be pretty unhappy.
Remember, that's Rich's take. Cancel him.
Yeah, cancel me. Yeah. Do you know what? I'm uncancelable. I don't have Crump money, but I'm uncancelable.
Dude, if you have Crump money, you have no money. Poor as
hell, Crump's airplane shopping with me this afternoon, you know.
They need a makers match in Texas, man. Like Texas is where it's at, bro.
Yeah. Can we stay at your place?
Absolutely. Down the street at an Airbnb.
Yeah.
Oh, there's another makers match in Colorado in May.
Oh, Colorado, yeah.
Maybe. I haven't heard of that one yet, but.
Well, Pincus just posted that.
Yeah, so I mean, if it's in Colorado, it's probably at the place they've done. That'll be the 3rd one there, I think. Now.
Yeah, Shooting Gallery New England won one of the makers match.
Yeah, up at why can't I think of the name of his place where he works?
Cape Gunworks?
Cape Gunworks, yeah, thanks.
Yeah.
What's the name of the Colorado place? Colorado's not too far from where I am.
You have Amazon. I wish I had Amazon money.
Yeah, so I mean, but the whole thing is like, these matches are designed to start the conversation. I think people forget that. You know, it's supposed to bring attention to it, because if you don't talk about it, then it goes away and it'll get outlawed super quick.
Sure.
Triple J Armory. Let me see how far that is.
Woke.
Littleton, Colorado, 13 hours and 48 minutes. Yeah, I'll go to that. It's like that. So
yeah, because you just drove 26 hours. You're dying to drive some more, right?
Let's go, man. I'm trying to be all over the country right now. 14 hours.
E80 Ralph is nationwide.
San Antonio. Let's go. So, any more hot takes so we can lose followers?
I don't care.
Oh, well, I'll just post Walter's. Let's see where to go. Here it is.
Dude, you know what? I would do this show if it was just Rich and I and would not have been live. And we just in here.
So 2A3DPrint's going to be a guest this week, I believe, on Roasting Your Build.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing how I react to that. I'm gonna have to watch a couple videos just to see what I'm allowed to say and what I'm not allowed to say.
You can say anything you want. It's completely uncensored, and we all, like you said, we all are entitled to our own opinion. If you like it, say you like it. If you hate it, say it's dog shit.
And you know what? I would be like Ralph. I watch Ralph on the Roast Your Build. He knows the slide. He knows what sites, what trigger, what pins. I'm like, serious? I'm like, it's a Glocky thing, right? It's a Glocky, you know?
Yeah, I did.
I am like the way Ralph is with World War II, World War I guns. That's how I am with Glocks. I'm like, it's a Glocky thing, right?
Yeah, I did Roast Your Build from Oaks with Chairman Juan and Dark and I.
You were roasting in person?
Yeah, remember? Oh, obviously not.
Yeah,
whatever. AG Cast with $4.99 super chat. Read it, Rich.
Oh, by the way, 2A3D RK Spookware never linked the spreadsheet. He just said he didn't like the list wasn't public. Somebody else leaked it. It not him.
Okay.
I don't necessarily think it really matters.
We need to have a peace summit.
You know,
it's like Ukraine versus Russia. Who's Ukraine and who's Russia?
IP address. Everybody has a credit card. Everybody's signed up. You know, there's about 90 different ways to get your name if somebody wants your name. You know, it's not something, you know. And if you want to be I'm trying to say this without being like some sort of like thrown to the wolves, but if you want to be discreet and not known that you're doing what you're doing, you probably shouldn't have a cell phone. You probably shouldn't be on the internet.
Don't go to the Maker's Match.
So I have a lot of customers that want to talk to me in these encrypted chat rooms, you know, because they don't want to buy stuff from me like via Instagram or like on my website or whatever, you know. If you're having a conversation with me or anybody for that matter on any of those social media platforms, chances are whoever wants to know who you are already knows who you are.
Right.
You know,
so
it's not hard. People, I don't think, and we live in a world now where there's people who are walking around who weren't alive when 9/11 happened, which is extremely interesting because these people probably don't know who Edward Snowden is. You know, and they don't know that history and that whole story. So it's actually super interesting that people don't know about that, because the government's been listening to us for years, man. You know, like everything we do.
So
everything we do.
Crazy you mentioned that, but yeah. So Edward Snowden pretty much let everyone know what was really happening. This man was like top clearance in the CIA and NSA, and no one had that title. He was the only person that had top tier clearance in both organizations. And he pretty much said, look, bro, everyone's being watched. Unless you're doing some sketchy shit, they don't give a fuck about it, but they're definitely saving all the data. So it's under the whole Patriot Act. They're looking for terrorists or whatever. But, you know, if you're just a regular civilian doing legal shit, like there's nothing to worry about. But if you're doing sketchy shit, you may get your door kicked down because they're listening, they're watching.
Well, and the level of sketchy, like, you know, that the government's really concerned about is extremely slim. Like, the government doesn't care about people who are printing bong glocks in their fucking living room. Like, they don't care.
Right.
You know, I think people give themselves a little bit more credit, you know, and it's almost like they want to be this like seedy type of, you know, I'm not a criminal, but I am a criminal. So I feel like a criminal. So that's kind of cool type thing. And that's great. I mean, if that's what you want, you know, that's great. But I mean, also don't be surprised if you do end up on a list eventually somewhere, you know?
I think as YouTubers making gun content, we're all on this fucking list.
Oh, when you do
The
gun
NBC list.
content on YouTube, you made that choice. You know, you dug that grave, you know, like you made that choice.
What?
Doing it publicly, the way I look at it is if I was in the government and people were doing it on YouTube, I wouldn't be concerned about that person.
All I gotta say is I'm not printing gun parts right now.
Unless you're that one.
What's the worst
Unless
the
you're
guy
that-
has in his house?
Unless you're that one Unless
You
you're
know?
that one YouTuber that killed all the people.
My understanding
Driving
is,
around.
since there's no bowl, no residue, this is nothing. It's a fucking meme. It's a tobacco pipe. Unless there's any illegal residue in there, then I'm good. And there's not. I don't smoke. It's just literally for fun. Like, this is fucking ridiculous. Look, this is the shit we're coming up with, bro. It's so stupid. But it's so funny.
Yeah.
I had to print it. It took 4 days.
4 days,
dude. You got to go rails down, man. That would have taken less than 2.
Oh my
down.
God, man! I can't get to the rail. Don't, Rich, please do not bring up rails up, rails down. You're gonna start this huge ass debate.
It's not a debate, man. They work both
Here we
ways. Let me. Is it a debate? Is that a big debate?
It's huge. So I'm the
online.
Like
Oh yeah, it
I'm
is.
the main guy advocating for rails down. Rails
All right.
down all day. Like, there's no reason.
Yeah. I agree with rails down. I agree with rails down. I just want to say that. If you say rails
Tree
down,
supports rails up.
End
Done.
all be all of rails down. Rails down, rails up. Okay. When people ask me what the best way to print a gun is, I say learn how to print. Okay. You got to learn how to print. If you have no interest in learning how to actually print stuff, printing guns is not for you. Okay. Rails down. Let's be honest here. It saves material. Not that a $20 roll costs anything.
Right.
It also saves time. I can get a frame done in less than 9 hours, rails down. Rails up, just the supports alone is almost another frame.
Right.
As far as
tree
time
supports.
and maybe, tree support, but you're talking about travel moves and stuff like that. People don't understand that. You're not just talking about material here. You're talking about travel time. You're talking about material, and you're talking about just all these extra layers. You know what I mean? There's all this extra stuff that needs to happen, and that's fine. I understand the argument. It's cleaner on the inside. If your support settings, if you take 2 hours, if your support settings are on point, your supports come right out. I make videos about it all the time. The answer is rails parallel to the build plate, argument done. And that's a great argument.
Exactly.
You know,
as long
and
as
it's not even an argument. It's the way it is. If you like your prints to take longer, that's great. You know, that's fine. I don't see an issue with that. I think rails down is quicker and it's more efficient.
Let me clarify it. Okay, so if you're new, print rails up because you want the insides to be perfect. If you've got your settings down, your supports are on point, your printer's finely tuned, you can progress to rails down, which in my opinion is more advanced, because if you don't do it right, you're going to spend fucking 2-3 hours trying to carve out the insides there to get your parts to fit.
So I got kicked off a live the last time I was with Rich on a fucking live and I showed a frame. Are we allowed to show frames here?
No, I wouldn't do it.
Yeah,
that's like, I have a frame here that was rails down, and it's like, it doesn't matter. I could have printed it upright and it was the same. It would have been the same quality. You know, people need to learn how to actually print. Like, instead of buying an Ender 3 and being like, oh, I'm going to print a frame as my second print. Yeah, you could do that. Is that going to be your best though?
Nope.
You know,
print a calibration cube, a benchy boat, a calibration tower. Like, print all the little bit. What you mean no?
Don't print a benchy boat, dude.
I've never printed a benchy.
No.
I don't know why I would print a benchy.
You're better off printing something like this. Just like a Glock sight, like the white on the back of a Glock sight. Print that upside down and then just do your support settings and just play with that. Make a small adjustment, you know, and play with that. Figure out how that is. Like, do stuff that's actually practical. All the stringing tests, there's not a lot of travel in here. You're not going to get stringing like you would on a standard print.
Yeah. You're right.
There are more than 3-letter government agencies that can ruin your life. Oh yeah, and let's not pretend that the media, you know, is on our side. You know, Crump's cool. Crump's cool.
You're like F you. You're cool.
Yeah. Well, and that's pretty much how it is, man. Like, you know, we were doing the, you know, and I you know what? Pincus is a really good friend of mine. I like to think that he tries at least to get the media out that's going to be fair about it. We were all really skeptical about the Vice doc last year, and I think they did an excellent job. You know, it was fairly unbiased. You know, they took part and everything like that. This year, one of the media girls took part. She built her own gun the next day. You know, and the only thing that kind of had me a little like, is. She was like, I just built this ghost gun in, 3 hours or whatever. And I was like, okay, hold on. Let's pump the brakes for a second.
Yeah, hold on. 3 hours, bitch. What did you do?
I think she might have been doing that just for the sake of the article. We'll see when it comes out, but I mean, she did take part, she took part. She built a gun out of polymer 80 and, she shot it and everything. So, the media it's just like the thing that we were just dealing with JSD Supply. The media is taking part,
But just wait.
Pincus asked, was Ralph on NBC? I missed it. That was back in November. So NBC reached out to me and they were just trying to do an interview. And I was like, the only way I'm doing this is if we're on a StreamYard live stream. And he's like, I can't go live with the show. You can record it, but we're not going live. So I recorded the whole thing. And yeah, it was...
Yeah, we put it out.
Much had my original channel deleted. As soon as the interview dropped, game over. YouTube deleted the channel.
Yeah, I went to YouTube and I was like, "Hey, did NBC have this deleted?" And they were like, "Yep." I was like, "All right, well, thanks for not lying."
Straight up.
Yeah, I mean, like that's an interesting thing too, because a lot of the stuff is pretty basic. Like our rights. They're fairly basic for what they are. I mean, it's written out for everybody to interpret and everything, but the freedom of press and, we're also a capitalist country. Unfortunately, capitalism has basically bought all these news state outlets and things like that. So, I mean, they're free it doesn't even have to be news anymore. They're free to say and print what they want, man. Like, we generally don't like it, but that's their right to do it.
And I agreed to go on. It wasn't like they forced me. I just felt like nobody else was going to do it. Everyone else turned them down. I was like, man, somebody needs to fucking speak up. So, yeah,
Pincus says it a lot, too. Freedom isn't safe. And he's right. And that goes both ways.
Amen. I want dangerous freedom.
That's why I tote a Glock everywhere I go. You never know.
But it goes for speech, too. It's not just somebody trying to cause harm to you. It could be, it could be someone's words. I mean, like whoever said it in the comments, like it's not just government entities that can ruin your life,
Yeah.
Nowadays you can make a TikTok saying like something derogatory. You could say that men shouldn't be in a lady swimming pool, and next thing you know, Rich is getting his door kicked in by the social media warriors or something,
Bring it, mofo.
Dude, that's something I want nothing to do with, man. I wouldn't want anything to do with that fight.
I would
try
like
to go to Starbucks or get a coffee or something. Next thing you know, like you got some lady.
Well, there's your first problem
on your shit.
Yeah, you shouldn't have gone.
Ma'am.
Make your coffee at home.
First off, I drink Folgers.
Oh, here we go.
Drop knowledge on everybody.
Wait. Guess who I invited to come on the show today?
Mr. Snow?
I am sitting here in my vehicle listening to this, and I gotta pop on. That's something.
Clarify, Mr. Snow. Clarify. Let us.
By the way, you're going to be speaking at a event sometime soon.
Sorry, bear with me 1 second as I try to get some audio here because I can't hear you guys for anything. I'm on my phone.
He's not even prepared. I can't believe it.
Well,
I know. I'm so sorry. Talk amongst yourselves for just a moment.
Yeah. So I believe Mr. Snow is about to drop some crucial knowledge.
I'm sorry. I'm punching buttons.
Oh, he froze.
No,
Okay.
there is very little knowledge to be dropped, other than the fact that I was the first place of the pistol carbine division at the Makers match. So we'll start with that.
And that's only because I wasn't there to kick your butt. That's why.
Absolutely. I'm sure that your Glock bullpup, I look forward to seeing that at the Makers match and getting utterly destroyed.
All right.
That would be
So,
pretty
yeah,
cool.
I was last year in the first year at the Makers match. I was placed second in the pistol division. I went a whole year without being arrested. And then I competed in the second Makers match to get a first place prize, and I'm still waiting for my arrest warrant. I think we're okay.
Okay. Well, I'm glad you didn't get arrested.
Now, with that being said, the Makers match, it's
No
a
big
different animal. I think like Matt said, it's really about public outreach. It's about education. You know, if like he mentioned, if you've done any of the competitive shooting in the past, your name was always out there. Now, I would say that the 4473 comment was hyperbole. The Fraternal Order of Police range had like a list of questions to get into the range that basically asked the same questions of a 4473. They asked, Are you a fugitive from justice? Are you under the influence? Have you ever been committed a misdemeanor? These were range questions that were almost exactly like a 4473. Was it a 4473? No. It was a bit of hyperbole of a lot of those questions. That would not happen last year. That was exclusive to that Fraternal Order of Police range that was asking those questions, basically saying, are you the kind of person that is allowed to operate and handle a firearm? Because if you're not, we don't want you here.
Yeah, and you know what? Yeah, I've seen some people at the range. I'm like, yeah, maybe they shouldn't be here because they kind of smell the ganja.
Those are all standard questions. How many people go into gun shops and ranges smelling like pot and like they still get a gun? You know,
No,
like people lie through their fucking teeth on those. You know, and I don't want to sound like and I don't think I've ever even used the term before, but like a bootlicker. But like, we should be grateful that we had a range that like was like, hey man, you guys can shoot here. You're in a pinch. Here you go.
No,
you know?
bootlicker. It's like, no.
Yeah, dude, I know. Like, I'm not even on the Twitter thing, and I'm gonna get destroyed, man.
Oh shit! So AG,
so I had to laugh like during the registration as I was putting down my legal information. They asked for a copy of my ID. These are the Fraternal Order of Police guys, two old guys, and I asked them. I was like, "Hey, what do you guys think about all of this? You know, the 3D printed competition." And they said, it's really cool you guys are doing your own thing, way above us, but ultimately we just like the money. As in the range wants the money for hosting the event. That's all it was about to them. And, you know, I think that was truth.
We bumped into, and I don't know if you guys saw it, we actually, Jordan from JSD and Aaron, and we were all having lunch the day after the match and in St. Augustine, like in the town, and we bumped into Hickok 45.
I saw that.
Yeah. So, you know, we're standing there and I'm like, Jordan, like he's standing right behind him. I'm like, Jordan, like, look at this tall SOB right here.
He is
and
really
we were talking
tall.
to him and telling him while we were down here and we're like, yeah, you know, we're here for a 3D printed gun match. And he was like, whoa, like you guys are the real deal. And I was like, yeah, you should do a video on 3D printed guns. And even that guy is so embedded into like the YouTube and guns and all that type of stuff. That guy was like, no, man, I'll have the ATF all over me. But even that guy isn't like aware that it's totally legal to do, you know?
Is he
like
doing
a
video?
I'm sure that guy's got tax stamps. He's got full auto and all this type of stuff. Like that guy, like, you know, so that guy could 3D print guns for videos, but he doesn't know that it's legal.
Is he doing it?
I don't know, man. I'd love to see him do a video on it, man, because I'd closet get to take credit for it, you know. But
you know, I thought that was Lamar print taking off. Who took off? Mr. Snow said,
"Wow,
Lamar's
dude.
here."
See, that's a rivalry I'll support right there, dude.
So I hear you guys talking and saying about the list and everybody saying the feds and this and that. First of all, you guys need to stop complaining, because if you started 3D printing, you guys know what you're getting yourselves into. second, if you don't have any type of criminal record or anything like that, don't worry about it. But see, this is what I was talking earlier with Trent, and we were talking about being pro-gun and being pro-2A. So if you're saying I'm pro-gun, I believe in the Second Amendment, then stop complaining. Go have fun. Do it. If you're scared of getting your door kicked in, this and that, then maybe this is not for you. Maybe you need to move on. You know, that's all I gotta say.
Yeah, I mean, having multiple dogs helps. I have like 5, so.
You have security cameras all over your house. I do. I have mine. I live in California. I'm still doing what I do. Are they gonna come for me? I don't know. Am I concerned? Maybe, maybe not. But I know what I'm getting into. I'm grown. I know what I did. I know what I signed up to. So a lot of you guys need to just, if you guys knew that was gonna happen, as you guys shouldn't have done it. You shouldn't have gone.
Well, living a life of paranoia isn't a way to live, man. We were actually having a conversation at lunch this weekend about how many of these people know somebody who's actually been arrested. I mean, does anybody in here know anybody who's been arrested for like nefarious acts of like printing guns or building guns that didn't get caught with narcotics? Most of the time when you see like somebody, they're like gun mill, you know, there was an article that came out this weekend about somebody who had a ghost gun factory, and I read the article, and it was basically about how he was trafficking fentanyl. And all the charges they listed, none of them had to do with guns. You know, the only one that was gun related was felon in possession of a firearm. Had nothing. The article was ghost gun factory in wherever, you know.
Yeah, there was like a bunch of polymer 80 boxes empty with the red things. A lot of them I see, it's either people got snitched on by somebody else. We were informed this person was making guns at his home, and that's how he got caught.
But like the feds aren't kicking people's doors in like over you printing guns in your living room, you know.
So AG Cass is doing a live stream on Thursday night, and I just saw that he invited Rob Pincus to be on the show as well, because I believe RK Spookware is going to be one of the guests on there. So this would be great to have both sides of the story there. I think that would make for an excellent episode.
But see, so I'm not even going to watch that. I'm not even going to watch that. I was there, and you know what? Don't get me wrong. I love Rob, and I tried to take this situation completely unbiased, but like the way that this type of situation was dealt with after like it happened was completely childish and ridiculous. It would be like bitching with my kid's mother. Like I'm not gonna deal with that shit. Nobody wants to hear that shit, you know.
Gotcha.
You didn't have a good relationship with her, did you?
Oh no.
I just get that feeling.
Thought you guys did okay. No.
No, yeah, we get along.
Mr. Snow looks like my niece's husband's my niece's husband.
I'm glad that we can know that. So if something ever happens to me, talk about
Mr. Snow.
John's niece's husband. I think the Gunmakers match, we have to celebrate some elements of it. Is it perfect? No. Is it for everyone? Absolutely not. You know, it is for a certain group of people. But I think ultimately is if we're going to put it on a scale of good or bad, you know, just like that Vice documentary from last year, if we're going to put that Vice documentary on a scale of good or bad, did more people learn about 3D printing? Did people get into 3D printing because of that Vice documentary? And was it ultimately good for the community? I think the answer to that is going to be yes, long term.
There was a lot less people filing this year than there was last year. I don't know if you remember that, Mr. Snow. I don't know if we're allowed to say your government name on here, so I'm going to call you Mr. Snow.
John's fine. Everybody knows me by John as well.
But last year, mid-stage, people are sitting there, you know, filing. We didn't have any of that this year.
You should have watched some P80 Ralph videos, man. You would have learned how to build the shit properly.
Well, we couldn't because your channel got taken down.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, the progression from year 1 to year 2 is absolutely phenomenal.
You know, people need to understand, because it seems like And I don't know what it is, man, because, I think he's a great dude, but, like, everybody is like, oh, well, Pincus is involved, so there's got to be something nefarious going on. How many Makers matches took place before Rob Pincus bought a 3D printer? Does anybody know?
0.
37.
0. How long were people printing guns before Rob Pincus bought a 3D printer?
Many
Years.
Quite a while. Long time.
Years, right? So it's an interesting thing because someone who's so anti-gun but yet pushes this movement so hard and has gotten how many matches done now? 5, 6, in the matter of a year and a half. And yeah, I agree with that. None of that would have happened if Bob was there.
Q-Tang brings the love, brother. Q-Tang brings the love.
The minute Q-Tang pulled out, dude, like the heart and soul of that match left, man.
Q-Tang would have diffused all that bullshit. He would have been
True.
like, guys.
So here's my brief analogy on Rob Pincus. I think Rob Pincus is kind of like Olites. Everybody loves to hate Rob Pincus.
Cheap Chinese made.
Has one confirmed kill?
Yeah, I don't know if that's a compliment or an insult, man.
Compare the man to Olites, though? I mean, which one is he? PO Mini 2 or is he more like a Baldor Pro? Which one?
Oh, he's definitely a Baldor Pro. There's no question about that. But, I mean, seriously, though, everybody loves to hate on Olites. It's funny. It's popular. If you don't hate on the Olites, you're not cool. And I think that's part of the issue with Rob. But yet, if you spend time with him, you actually talk to the guy. I don't agree with Rob on a lot of topics.
Yes!
I don't agree with Rob on everything, but the more I talk to him, the more time I'll spend with him.
I clicked the wrong button.
He got canceled.
No, I'm sorry. John and I were both clicking the button.
Stop! The Rich, click the button.
I'm going to make a shirt that
hands
says,
off.
if you don't make fun of Olites, you're not cool, though, just so we're all clear.
Tell me that's not right, though. Tell me that's not right.
So, Rob, do you have one confirmed kill?
Even Olite doesn't have a confirmed kill. Battery Plus has a confirmed kill.
AG Costa says this problem appears to be a generation thing.
Got no sound, Pincus. No sound.
Am I live?
All
Yeah,
right,
we
now
got
wanna
two
Rob,
minutes
do you wanna
left.
Start like men in the ladies' pool, or like do you want to like fast forward a little bit?
I just wanted to be included. I felt like I should have my picture on the screen if we're going to talk about the shit.
We got a shout out to Xander too, because Xander said he felt left out, and friggin' Xander did a lot for this match too. I don't think he gets credit for it.
You should have sent him a link, Rich.
See, Ralph is like 30 seconds in, doesn't know what any gun with wooden parts are. And now he's an Aussie. Ralph, I love you, but you're in deep on this one, and you don't need to be so deep yet. So you got more facts on this one.
All right.
And quick shout out to the sponsors for the Gunmakers match. I mean, the fact that, listen, they were giving away a Ghost Gunner 3. I don't know how many slides they gave away.
Yeah,
I don't know how many frames they gave away.
By the way.
I mean, there was some sweet dressed up polymer 80s from 1776 Supply Company. JSD was I got another P320 Revelation slide from JSD. I am super stoked about that. The prize table, what I paid to shoot at $75 was a bargain for what I walked away with.
Yeah, pretty much everybody got something off the prize table that was worth more than their entry fee. The prize table this year was legit, dude.
The 1776 Supply Company was there?
No,
they provided
sent
a lot of
kits, though.
No, they sent a lot of kits.
They did.
They sent out some beautiful Cerakoted slides to go with some of the very hard to find colors like rose gold and some of the other stuff on the frames. The other thing to remember is before you even get to the prize table at the end of the day, the goodie bag that you got, like everybody got two rails and reinforcements from Print Your 2A. He donated a set of all three of those things for everybody. And almost every bag, you either got AR-15 upgrade parts or Glock lower parts kit. So like everybody just in the bag alone, forget about the patches and the swag and the other little pieces in there. You were walking away with $100 worth of stuff, maybe $125, $150 worth of stuff. before you even made it to the first shooting stage.
Yeah, I've seen 1776 Supply Company around there, but I don't know too much about them. So I'm gonna just pick a random person to ask about it. Ralph, do you know anything about them?
Yeah, the only thing I know is that they hate me for no fucking reason. Like, why do they hate me? They're over here trying to replace me as the. Anyways, yeah, I'm not. Yeah. They don't like that I'm promoting certain suppliers of certain parts and that I'm associated with certain people, and they're trying to get like, man, yeah. Stop.
I love having Ralph on the show.
There's just a whole bunch of conflict based in one little square inch on your screen, man.
I know, but it makes a good show. Who else can we bring up that Ralph has a problem with?
You set me up, bro. You set me up.
But
What's
yeah,
that
I mean, at the end of the
phrase
day, too, I mean, there doesn't have to be that whole click crap, whether you're talking about printing groups or you're talking about what happened this weekend or whatever. Like, at the end of the day, we all do share a similar interest. We don't even have to be friends, man, but like, we can share that similar interest and then I'll just go home.
I think
like it's not the end of the world. You don't have to like go get the validation from Twitter, like, oh, I fucking roasted that guy. You know what I mean? Like, you don't even need like it, and if that's what you need, that's great. You enjoy that, but like, you don't have to do that. Nobody has to do that. We're gonna.
That's the big question, right? Like, how is anyone doing anything at the Gunmakers match hurting somebody who wants to claim that they think anonymity is better? I find it hilarious that they want a following on social media, but also want to be anonymous. But that whole dilemma and dichotomy aside, we're doing our thing. And I mean, I even did a post at the Gundies with Print, Shoot, Repeat, right? Because he makes a big deal. He wears his ski goggles. He's always completely clothed. No, part of his skin shows. He was joking last year he might come to the Gunmakers match and reveal himself. But as yet he hasn't. But we can still be friends, and I can still respect what he's doing. He doesn't badmouth Gunmakers match for saying, let's do it in the open.
A couple things. So Prince Shoot Repeat is a well-known person. Like, outside the mask, I know who he is. He's a famous guy. That's why he's not showing his face. Once you find out who he is, you're going to be like,
Ralph, you've been wrong about so many things.
I know who the real Prince Shoot Repeat is. I'm telling you that.
I hope it's Mark.
He's a man of mystery. You
not
can't know.
Mark, I'm calling bullshit.
Second of all,
it's Robert Downey Jr.
Second of all, the whole anonymity
Iron
thing,
Man.
you got to understand, some of these guys have high-profile jobs, and if their job finds out what they're doing, they'll get fired. They can't show their face.
We had Matt from On Mission Arms.
Hey,
Matt at On Mission Arms works for NSA, I believe.
Okay,
and he was there shooting, man.
Doxed.
I'm going to dox Prince Shoot Repeat now. And give out his real name.
He was at the match. He shot and everything. It's not a secret. I'm sure that his work knows what he does.
Prince Shoot Repeat's real name is Hunter Biden.
Really?
That would be so legendary.
Yeah, that's how I got the laptop. He gave it to me.
But you know what? It's a persona, man. And you know what? He does an excellent job with that. Dude.
Oh yeah, I love it.
You know what? I don't like the anonymity thing. I can't even say the word. I don't like it so much, but like, I mean, it's a persona, man. I mean, he's built an entire brand. The guy can get 30,000 Instagram followers in like a week.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hope he never does a reveal because I mean, I do know who he is, but I just
totally ruin everything he's worked for, man. If he showed his face, dude, at this point, dude, it would ruin his persona.
Yeah, I don't think he should either.
I feel like it would kind of help him blow up even more, though.
No. Pinkus will be the only one that knows this. It's like the unknown comic.
Exactly. It's a character. He's built a character now.
Yeah, but here's the thing. So Sabar did a face reveal on my show.
Yeah. In the beginning when I started doing this, I was scared of people knowing who I was. I'm not gonna lie. I was scared. It was. I guess I was kind of nervous about it, and living where I live, it's a little bit harder for me to do it. But as I got more into it, I said, you know what? This is my Second Amendment. This is my right. And why am I gonna hide myself? Like, if I hide myself, that means I'm censoring myself. And I have a problem at the moment with the censor culture and the cancel culture, and I'm not gonna play a part into that because now when I make a podcast or I make an episode, am I gonna censor what I say because I'm scared of others or I'm scared of Big Brother or the government following me? Um, am I always gonna live in fear? I don't think so.
And Xander's here.
Yeah. Hey guys,
Shout
I
out
only have
Xander.
like 5 minutes. I actually have to
don't-
jump on and teach here in a minute, but I wanted to jump on and
don't
just
worry.
say hey to everybody. Ralph, you and I need to get a virtual beer sometime because I was told the other day that I hate you, and that was the first I heard that. So we'll have to kiss and make up or something.
All right.
Well,
So this
apparently everyone hates Ralph.
Well, everybody does hate Rob except for
this is
me.
So Xander, this is your chance to clarify the whole bullshit that you're hated for. Let us know why you made that comment, bro, because that was disrespectful as fuck.
Which one?
The one about Jay Stark.
Oh, well, I mean, you go back far enough and there's a lot of revisionist history there, but you're right. I really probably should just drop it at this point because it is what it is. If that's how he's going to be remembered, then that's how he's going to be remembered. But you really should come out and hang out with Darewood and them, the real OGs, and find out the truth about, where this all really started.
I got nothing against anybody. I'm down. But yeah, man, that was some disrespectful shit. I hope you know that's why they're slandering your name in the community.
I don't know if it's the community. I know that there is a community, but it's definitely not the whole community.
Okay.
But either way.
And that goes both ways. If you're gonna yell at somebody and be disrespectful to them, you're gonna get them in a defensive mindset, and they're gonna come back with disrespectful stuff too. I mean, what Xander said was absolutely offensive, no question about that. But at some point, if you keep picking at him, you keep getting the dog in a corner, he's gonna bite you, and you're not gonna like it. So I mean, there's no question about that. But I mean, it's two sides to every story, and it's not good.
To hear that this weekend there was people attacking John over here, like Mr. Snow, I was just losing my shit because I'm yo, this is the nicest guy I've ever met in my life.
I love Mr. Snow.
I'm he's I hate my puppy. I'm oh shit, that's the most negative thing I've ever heard you say in your life. So, he's the nicest dude, and people were crucifying this guy for what?
Because he liked the comment that Xander made. I was sitting at a dinner table with Chairman Juan when this happened. I was like, Chairman, you got to see this. He's like, what?
Yeah, but you got half of Twitter getting on all hyperbolic about the blood's on your hands, Pinkus. No, it's an open match. It's a public match. Get the frick over it, guys.
Not only is it a public match, you paid to be there.
You paid to be there. You knew what was going to happen. It's all in the registration. You know that it's open. You know that your name's going to be there. And most of you go to a public range where you've got to show a license to get into anyway. This is no different than that. This is not that complicated. So then you get Twitter all in a buzz with this echo chamber of, oh my God, the ATS there, everybody's getting locked up, blah, 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 blah. That got me really aggravated. And the worst part is the people that were causing trouble were having a great time. They were sitting there helping out. They were running, they weren't running stages, but they were sticking targets. They were having a great time. And then they were jumping on Twitter and talking crap and posting pictures of stuff that wasn't real. When you start things like that, when you're just so utterly two-faced, yeah, you're going to get some snide fucking remarks from me. I'm sorry.
I agree.
All right, with that, we're going to have to end the show. Thank you guys so much. I'm going to go around. Rich, give your plugs really quick.
FlyingRich.com, YouTube.com/FlyingRich, and find me on Locals also.
Awesome.
I'll check out his OnlyFans too.
That too.
He has a MySpace.
I'm still ticked at you, Rich. You didn't come. You were supposed to be there.
I wanted to. I really did.
I know. I hear you.
All right, I got to get to my family. I just got home from work, and I've been sitting in my driveway. So I'll see you guys soon.
Check out Mr. Snow, John Snow. Let's go to 2A3DPrint. Matt, tell people where they can find you.
2A3DPrint on Instagram. I'm staying off Facebook now. 2A3DPrint.com. Or you can catch us at the Oaks Gun Show next weekend, man. We'll be there. We'll have the laser down there and everything. So if you're in the area, come by and see us.
Nice. Rob Pincus.
I'm just happy to be here.
I'll just get Rob. Just joking.
Learn the facts.
Hey, go ahead. Tell people where they can find you at.
That's it. Gunmakersmatch.com. On this topic, that's where we're going to be putting out all the media coverage. That's where I just posted a highlight reel. We're going to put a link there in the blog. So gunmakersmatch.com. People can find me on the internet.
Okay. Sabar Prince.
The Bar Prince 2A. I have a podcast right now with Young and Tactical. Anywhere podcasts are streamed, check it out.
And P80 Ralph. Tell people where they continue the hate mail.
As of yesterday, it's at P80 Ralph on all socials. I was able to get my at P80 Ralph Instagram back, so no longer Strike 80 Ralph. P80 Ralph on Instagram, Twitter, P80 Ralph on YouTube, P80 Ralph at gmail.com.
Yeah.
Check out his OnlyFans too.
There you go. I got a video on John Crump News. It's gonna play in about 4 minutes. There is a big story coming up soon, so check that out. And with that, I got one thing to say, and I'm going to ask 2A 3D Matt. Guess what?
What?
Wolverine.
He always does that.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah, he got you like he got me.
Son of a bitch. I'm out of here.